manufacturing is leading the adoption of artificial intelligence among other verticals, and APAC region is ahead of other regions in adopting and scaling artificial intelligence in manufacturing. And here we have a paradox, because the major technologies for manufacturing applications in artificial intelligence have been developed in Europe, with Siemens, for example, leading this trend with their foundational models, a concept of industrial grade AI, which is reliable and deterministic, or Siemens and Honeywell going for agentic AI for manufacturing applications. So why is it so? What is different in APAC region? Why they are able to adapt faster? Can we learn from them something? I'm heading over to my colleague LG, who is our expert at Omdia for artificial intelligence in APAC region.
Thank you, Anna. I think first and foremost, I want to say that all the APAC industrial vendors, they would acknowledge what you mentioned just now, in the sense that there is a technology leadership that is held very strongly by the European vendors, and that will not change anytime soon. But I think what is happening in APAC, particularly in China, is mainly driven by three major drivers. So the first driver is the lack of legacy equipments and legacy install base by these traditional Western vendors. The Chinese manufacturing sector has always been very sort of much of a lagging behind as compared to their Western counterparts. So there is less of a legacy solution coming in from overseas. The second driver is obviously the massive investment and massive subsidies coming from the government sectors and the encouragement by the government to adopt, for the manufacturers to adopt digital solution. And third, and probably most important, is the technical or technological innovation driven by all the tech vendors in China, that covers from cloud service provider all the way to Gen AI startups to sort of humanoid robotics vendors, because they do truly believe that by sort of by being a leader in this emerging technology allows them to challenge the market position of the Western vendors. Would you agree now with my take?
Yes, thank you, LG. It's very interesting. So we have a different environment here, but we see Chinese companies catching up in technologies. Do you think they will go to other regions with their local technologies?
I think great question, Anna. I think that really depends on how the Chinese vendors want to position themselves outside of China. We are seeing Chinese solutions, especially products and services, are becoming a lot more popular internationally. So naturally, they will go outside of China. Then they will naturally bring whatever solutions or suppliers that they are already partnering in China to the destination. But of course, outside of China, the Chinese vendors will need to, or the Chinese manufacturers will need to address sort of our local challenges. It will be very different in terms of political scenes and socio-economical challenges. They will also need to work very closely with all the vendors that you mentioned earlier as well. So just to sort of address whatever that is required by the local industry.
So obviously they would need to partner local companies to go into those markets, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, thank you, LG. If you want to learn more about artificial intelligence in manufacturing or in APAC region, please reach out to us.